The U.S. Department of Education announcing millions of dollars in federal education funds being frozen. Now Wichita Public Schools telling 12 News more than $6 million is on pause for Wichita students. Kale Chapman joining us now after speaking with district leaders and also United Teachers of Wichita about how they're working to keep services online. Kale.
Rachel, these funds are used for a variety of programs, including instructional coaching, after-school programs, and English language learners. This money was already included in budgets and staff salaries for the upcoming school year. Wichita Public Schools has authorized the use of unrestricted cash reserves to fill the hole left by the funding freeze. That means all of these programs will have the money they need to operate for the next fiscal year. It's unclear when the federal funds will be unfrozen or if the school district will get these funds at all in the future.
We want to make sure we communicate to all of our students, families, and educators that their pay is protected and that we are continuing to provide these services regardless of the federal funding freeze. Without this funding, we'll have to evaluate and prioritize how we maintain critical services like this in upcoming fiscal years.
The district announced they are diverting those funds, obviously, so the kids will get the services, but it'll be at the cost to the rest of the students in the system. And that's unfortunate.
This funding freeze will not just impact public school students. Federal law provides funding to help students who attend accredited private schools, and those services are provided by a local education agency, which for us here in Wichita, private schools within the Wichita public school boundaries receive those funds from USD 259. These services include Wichita Public School staff members working with students at non-public schools, or WPS using federal funding to pay for certain professional development costs of staff members working at non-public schools. Rachel?